Hi students, in this video you are going to see about chapter 11 continuation types of DBMS users. First one is the database administrator. So database administrator are a DBA. So database administrator, short form is a DBA, is the one who manage the complete database management system. Whole database management system யார் manage பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா database administrator தான் manage பண்ணுவாங்க. So DBA takes care of the security of the database. So already I told DBMS have the full security. So who will manage na database administrator. Next managing the license keys. So if we take the database na it have license keys also, that also managed by database administrator. Next one managing user accounts. So who are all using the database. So everyone must have an user account, so that accounts also managing by the database administrator. Then who are all accessing, that is who are all using the database, that also managing by the database administrator. Next one, application programmers or software developers. This user group is involved in developing and designing the parts of DBMS. So this user what will do na, they develop and design the parts of DBMS. So this is the part of software developers or application programmers. Next one, end users. All modern application, web or mobile, store user data. If we take the mobile, or if we are using the internet, or if we are using the computer, so it's collecting the user data. Applications are programmed in such a way that they collect user data and store the data on DBMS system running on their server. For example, if you take the email, that is a Gmail, if you take the Gmail, first we have to create the account. So account means what, we have a email ID and password, then it asks our details. So everything we are giving, all the things store into the Gmail server. So Gmail server what we have the database management system. In that whatever details we are giving, everything it store into that DBMS, that is a database management system available in the Gmail server. So whenever we want, so whenever we are logging into the Gmail, so we are giving the mail ID and password. So it's comparing our mail ID and password with the data already we stored. Once it is a matching, that is a correct, only we can enter into our mail page, or else it won't allow us to enter into our mail page. So this is one example for end users. So end users what they can do now, they can store the data, they can retrieve the data, they can update and delete the data. Next one, database designers. So database designers are responsible for identifying the data to be stored in the database, for choosing appropriate structures to represent and store the data. Database designers அவங்களோட work என்னன்னா, first they want to identify the data, என்ன டேட்டாவை ஸ்டோர் பண்ண போகிறோம் அப்படின்னு ஃபஸ்ட்டு அவங்க ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணணும். ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணிவிட்டு, so they want to find the structures also. So which structure, so which model is suitable for storing this data, then which model is used to represent these data. So everything they have to decide, then only they can design the database. Next we are going to see the difference between DBMS and RDBMS. So here three columns they given. First one, basis of comparison. இதை பேஸ் பண்ணி தான் அவங்க DBMSையும் RDBMSையும் கம்பேர் பண்ணுறாங்க. First one, expansion. DBMS means database management system, RDBMS means relational database management system. Next one, data storage, navigational model. In DBMS the data are stored in a navigational model, that is data by linked records. So each data is linked to another records. But in RDBMS we are using relational model. So relation means tables. So tables are how the data are arranged in rows and columns. So data in tables as rows and columns. Next one, data redundancy. So redundancy means repetition. In DBMS data redundancy is there, but RDBMS data redundancy is not there. Next one normalization. DBMS la normalization it's not performed, but in RDBMS it uses normalization to reduce the redundancy. So as I said already, normalization use பண்ணி data எதெல்லாம் repeat ஆகுதோ அது எல்லாத்தையும் reduce பண்ணிடுவாங்க. Next one data access. So consumes more time. If I want to retrieve data from the DBMS na it will take a more time, but in RDBMS faster compared to DBMS. So when compared to DBMS, fastly we can retrieve the data from the RDBMS. Next one keys and indexes. So in DBMS they won't use keys and indexes, but RDBMS we have keys and indexes. So with the help of the keys only we can relate the table one to another one. So used to establish relationship, keys are used in RDBMS. Next one transaction management. In DBMS inefficient transaction, error prone some errors will occur when doing the transaction. Next one insecure. So there is no security when sending the data. Here in RDBMS we have efficient and secure. Next one distributed database. So distributed database அப்படின்னா datas are stored in a different location. ஒரே பிளேஸில் டேட்டா ஸ்டோர் பண்ணி வச்சுருக்க மாட்டாங்க, டிஃப்ரெண்ட் பிளேசஸில் டேட்டா ஸ்டோர் பண்ணி வச்சுருப்பாங்க. அதுதான் என்னன்னு சொல்கிறாங்க, டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூட்டட் டேட்டாபேஸ். So DBMS it's not supported distributed database, but RDBMS it supports distributed database. So example for DBMS is DBase FoxPro. Example for RDBMS is SQL Server, Oracle, MySQL, MariaDB, SQLite. DBS normalization was first proposed by Dr. Edgar F. Cote as an integral part of RDBMS in order to reduce data redundancy and improve data integrity. These rules are known as EF code rules. So when we are normalizing the data, we have the rules. So that rules was first proposed by Dr. Edgar F. Cote. So he only proposed that rules. So when we are normalizing the data we have to follow that rules. So that rules only we are calling as EF code rules. That's all students. So in this video you learned about the different types of DBMS users and difference between DBMS and RDBMS and EF code rules. So as I said already, you read in your book once or twice, you can understand more. Thank you students.